Well, here we are. If you not check out the community post, if y'all did see it, I posted it right around the time the last video came out. I'm taking y'all to my backyard. Welcome back, guys, to another video, and we are here for something a little bit more different. I'm showing y'all around America. If some of y'all are watching from the UK, we're venturing out of F1 for now. And we're going to go take our F1 knowledge basically to dirt racing. We're going to do some dirt racing around here. And I'm showing y'all on my skills in dirt racing and how I go on it. And I hope y'all do enjoy this. Now, to be fair, I have an excuse. I have not played this game in almost 2 months. So this might be a bit risky, a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to do. So, y'all feel free to judge. Alright? You guys have the right to judge in this video because, well, yeah, y'all have to. So, but here we are in America for the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Championship, the 410 Sprint Cars. And this is basically open wheel race cars for sprint cars, basically, but you're a little bit in an enclosed cockpit, as you can already tell right there. You could see a look at what a sprint car looks like. They are open wheel. They are not like kind of like how like one of the late models that y'all saw. So very much a little bit different. But I'm gonna take y'all around basically on this game. Some of y'all may have played this game. Who really knows? But basically, I'm just show y'all around, and basically we're gonna do one race in this video, and it's oval racing as a coincidence because America, we do ovals. But taking y'all around, basically showing y'all around this track, mainly because, well, why don't I come back to America and we go do some racing around here? Which I know, right? So we're gonna take y'all through all the cars real quick, basically everything that this game features. So we got the 410 sprint car, and that is a custom car basically of mine. So number 28, obviously carrying on into the sport cars land, but very much indeed. So we're gonna go through basically just showing y'all all the cars basically. So here's the 410s, and here's all the drivers that come with it. So basically every driver is kind of in this game. There is an update coming though to the game as well, so that's for sure. And then here's the World of Outlaw late models, and then we got the 360 sprint cars, which are much more slower. So more like a regional kind of thing that you go to, and then you got the more late models once again. I think this is the Dirt Car Championship. And then you got the 305 sprints, which are really just they're really not fun to drive. They're really slow. And then you got the street stocks, and then you got the UMP modifieds, which look pretty badass to be honest. And then you got the big block modifieds, which are it's kind of like one of the top series as well. The people that really enjoy big block modified racing, but yeah. Welcome to America. But yeah, but only in this video today we're going to be doing the 410 sprints, and we're going to go around in my ride. We sweated this game before. We had 23 wins. So we have played this game, but it's been almost like 2 months since I last played it. But there's also a lot of official tracks, and a lot of these tracks are only basically in America. So but we're only going to do one track in this video, and we're going to take you around my home track, and that is actually it's coming up slowly, but you can already tell we got a couple of tracks: Missouri, Texas, Volusia, and here we go. New York, Weed Sport Speedway. I live in New York, and Weed Sport Speedway is kind of like my home, is like my local dirt track around here. There's also more dirt tracks around here in America. You got, well, basically in my part, you got a couple other tracks as well, but Weed Sport, probably the one venue I've been to most. I've been to some dirt races as well. They're very fun. So again, I mean, they could be in, so yeah, so we're venturing out of, getting out of F1 cause, and we're taking it to the dirt. So yeah, so we're going to do the difficulty on hard, and we're going to do 100% race, and we're going to do relaxed yellows. We're not going to do strict yellows because, then it's going to be a wreck fest because this game does have a bit of flaws. So yeah, here we are for the World of Outlaw Sprint Car NOS Energy Supercar Championship, or Sprint Car Championship, and 410 Sprint Cars around Weed Sport Speedway. And I'm going to take y'all around, show y'all my dirt skills. But first things first, we got to jump into some practice. So there's five sessions. You got practice, qualifying, heat races, qualifying dash, and then the A main. or B main, C main, D main. I don't really know how that goes, but I haven't really played this game in a minute, so we're gonna see. We're gonna get a bit rusty, but here we are, a bit rusty, bit on the track, and well, here we are, and already smacking the wall around the outside. No assists on really. The only thing we really have is automatic transmission, but I think these sprint cars are only locked on one gear. I could be wrong because again, I mean, I've been to sprint car races, but I'm not like a huge I'm not like a sprint fanatic. I'm more like an F1 IndyCar fanatic. I'm not. I mean, I watch it, but like I'm not. Again, I mean, this is a great series to watch, and dirt car racing is really fun to watch. But some of y'all though might find this a bit boring because it is over racing. But I'm telling y'all, like if y'all actually go to a race, it's actually pretty intense because this actually takes skill to basically drift around dirt. To be fair, I mean, some of y'all be like, oh, F1's better, IndyCar's better. Well, this is basically, this series is a lot better too as well, and you can already tell going through the corners 130 miles an hour and almost hitting 150, so to be fair, this sport's pretty crazy. And again, what is the wing basically? What does the wing do? It's almost just smack the wall. Well, that wing basically gives downforce to the car. That is basically downforce. So the rear wing is up top, and then you got your bottom wing, then you got the front wing, which is in the much more front of the car. You can already tell a little bit there. That gives us front and end, and then eventually that actually performs on how your car wants to do. So you can run a loose setup, and the loose setup basically you get so much understeer, which I prefer understeer a lot in this game. And well, a bit rusty, so we're smacking the outside wall a little bit. So let me just get used to the game. Hold up. And understeer is a lot more harder to control. This car is basically all over the place. Then you can run loop, then you can run tight. And tight, you're a little bit slower, but your car can easily much control. But here's another thing: you get a huge amount of oversteer, which, to be fair, I can basically save oversteer. I'm pretty good at it. And we'll not talk about F122 experience. Let's put that to the dust. But yeah, oversteer, you can very much. It's very much a little bit tricky. But here we are in Wheat Sport, and what is there much to say? We're gonna show y'all around dirt. And depending on how this video blows up, if this video does blow up, well, I don't expect it really to blow up because I'm much more of a smaller YouTuber, but if this video does well, I will do another part of this, and we will play more when the more seasons updates comes out, and we'll test all the cars. But here we are for qualifying now for 2 laps, basically. You got 2 laps, and this is your out lap, so you want to get a good out lap, because if you get the good out lap, then you can start your lap really high. So here we go for lap 1. Bit of a tricky part. You got to kind of lift a little bit there through turn number 1 and 2, and then you head down to the backstretch, which is a little bit like a little bit of a tribal, to be honest with you. But then we hit the outside wall, so this is really not a good first lap. So this really ain't going to be like a time for the top, but it's not far off, only about a 10th off. So here we go for lap number 2 now, and much more cleaner rotation. A much just again off the gas. You basically want to go flat out, but you really can't, and that's going to put us P1. And look at that, P1. And to be fair, I've sweated this track a lot, so that's why we're kind of doing it, because it's my home track. So I get it. Some of y'all might be like, hey, why don't you do another track? Why don't you do this track? Sorry, here's my excuse. I like this track. But so here we are for heat number 1, and basically that just sets you for up your main qualifying dash. That just puts y'all up to the heat races. Now the heats are basically your qualifying spot, basically. So top 5 gets you into the A main. Top 2 though, you go to the quali dash to basically set pole position. So this is basically a sprint race. This is basically a sprint race in Formula 1. That's how it goes. But here we go, 10 lap sprint race, 10 lap heat race around Wii Sport. Green flag. We are racing here for a 10 lap race, and it's already pretty intense. This game was actually made by iRacing in Monster Games, and iRacing does have these, I believe, as well. So if y'all do have iRacing and y'all play on PC, you actually can drive these 410s, and you can try like all the other tracks as well. So if y'all think like, oh, you don't have to buy this game to do dirt racing, to be fair, it is an iRacing, I'm pretty sure. Big block modifieds, 410s, 360s, some other stuff I can't really remember because I don't really play iRacing because I don't have a PC. But there's a lot of things that you can play with this game, and iRacing did a good job with this game because they basically helped develop this game. But there's a little bit of some inaccuracies with this game, and that is mainly just the crash physics. And well, you'll probably see maybe the crash physics, but who really knows? But they're basically, they're not like, it's a bit weird because like the damage isn't minor. It's minor damage, but it's not like your wing doesn't fall apart. Like if y'all want to see some sprint car crashes, I mean just look up 410 sprint car crashes. They are pretty brutal. But here on lap 7 to 10, catching up to the lap traffic now. And here's one thing: there's no blue flags, so you basically have to get around these guys as basically as safe as possible. I mean, you want to get around them as quick as you can, but at the same time, you need to play it safe. As we now approach 2 laps to go now, and well, trying to get around these guys as much as we can. We got the 83 James McFadden, who is an Aussie. Some of y'all don't know some of the drivers. James McFadden is an Aussie, and to be fair, yeah, some people from Europe have tried these, and they go pretty well. But again, I'm pretty sure European does have these type of cars, but again, I could be wrong. I did see a video which I could put in the link in the description with George Russell and Robert Kubica doing a race in, well, they call it a stock car, but it basically looks like this, but a little bit more wider, I guess, to be respectfully. Because again, I mean, yeah. But let's not talk about the UK. Let's go back to America. So that's basically it for that race. So we got Heat 1, and now we advance it to the qualifying dash. 8 cars go around here, and this is basically going to set your position for the qualifying for the race. So this is basically another sprint race. So pole position really doesn't matter. Pole position really does not matter. I guess it does for basically the heat races, because you want to get in the top 5 to advance into the big race, which is the A main. But at the same time, it kind of helps a little bit that you can take, I mean, it kind of helps you get used to the track. You can change your setups, which we're actually not going to mess with the setup right now because we're just going to keep it plain right now. But you can already tell it's pretty difficult to drive these things. They're not easy, and especially your setup is really important because they're not easy to drive, that's for sure, because I'm on the 50-50 loose, so I got so much understeer and a little bit of oversteer as well, but I'm also sliding all over the track, so it's a little bit harder to control. And you can already tell right there, no driver aids on. The only thing that really is just automatic transmission. But wall avoidance is on 0. Steering assist is on 0, and I think something else is on 0. I can't remember the third setting, but it might be throttle and brake. So like brake assist, that's on 0 as well. So, but on lap 6 now, we got a big lead ahead of the 17. That is Sheldon Honneshield. He drives the NASCAR. The NASCAR does look pretty cool. Obviously, this is a custom car, so we got like a couple like custom sponsors, or just like kind of sort of some real life sponsors as well. So iRacing, it has like a lot of their own sponsors, which like Fanatics is on here. You got iRacing itself. I think you got one of the others. I think you got something else as well that actually is from iRacing that I can't remember. I think it's the British Touring Car things on here. There's like something. I think British Touring Car is a sponsor in this game. I could be wrong, but I saw something on it. I can't really remember, but the main sponsor that we have on the car is the Fox and the REC Electronics. I think the REC is fake, but I don't really know because again, some of these sponsors could be fake, but the Fox one is real. Fox, the Fox is, yeah. So I'm not gonna. I can't really remember what Fox is, but that's some sort of a brand, but. That's it for the quali dash, P1, and that lines up to P1 for the race, so, yeah. I'm sorry. You gotta acknowledge the national anthem. This is basically America right here. Someone's gonna put in the comments. This is truly American. This is really American right here. 4 abreast. This is the traditional salute that they do for every race. They go 4 abreast, basically to acknowledge the fans, show off the skills. So here we go for the 30-lap race. The main feature, the A main, which as they call it, green flag, and away we go. So kind of like in Formula 2, you got a sprint race, and this is basically the feature. So the A main, 30 laps around this place. Relaxed yellows, no strict cautions, but you will probably see a little bit of some crashes here, but we're here to make it clean, safe, and fair. But here we go. Already pulled a big gap because these guys are struggling from behind. Now, to be fair, hard difficulty is really not that hard. I might have to put the difficulty up to expert next time I play this game, but it depends on if y'all want to see another video on this. That is the one thing. If y'all want to see another video on this, let me know. If y'all don't want to see another video on this, that's fine. I get it. but I want to I would like to do another video on this because this game is really fun to play. But here we go on lap 4, now approaching lap 5, so 26 laps to go. Very much key to not make any mistakes. To be fair, I mean, you don't want to really hit the outside wall because again, you're gonna get some damage, and wing damage is not really what you want because again, you're gonna lose a lot of downforce. And basically, it's just really the bad crashes that get to you. In this, I'm being minor damage. It's not like heavy damage where you really feel the lack of aero. But when you do get damaged, though, you can really feel. But here we go, catching up to lap traffic now. Again, no blue flags, so you got to get around this traffic very calmly and easily. And there's actually one crash right there, so they kind of slide off the track there maybe a little bit. Sometimes they'll be pretty bad, and there's like an invisible wall around the outside part of the track. So basically on the backstretch, there's no like safety fence right here. There's no safety fence, so basically a driver could possibly hop over that wall. I think one has one year, but I can't really remember. So here I'll make it through lap traffic, and again, you can run multiple lines here. With dirt racing, you can run multiple lines. You can run the top, you can run the middle, or you can just completely run the inside. We're running the inside line. The top line is more preferred around this track, and you want to go out wide. You want to get close as wall as you can, because again, then that's basically how you can max your potential. But again, I mean, I haven't really played this game, so I'm a bit rusty. So I'm not really confident running the high line, but the high line is one of the preferred line because that's where all the dirt kind of goes up the track. So, and there's a flip right there. You can tell I'm telling you, some of the physics in this game is weird because when they crash, they just go all over the place. But, yeah, but basically, I mean, you basically want to run the top, and the top is where all the dirt is, and that's where you can get some enormous runs. But again, running the inside is not bad, but mainly a lot of the lap traffic, they run the inside, which is fine. But I mean, oh, there's contact right there, a little bit of collision, running up the 9 a little bit off track to view me. I don't know what engine supplier that is. I don't know what engines supply this, but they're not as they do have to get an onboard starter thing. It's not like, you know, I mean, F1 and IndyCar, I mean, they don't have like a switch to turn the engine on. I mean, you have to they basically go behind the back of the car, which is right there. You see the rear nose cone, and they basically will take something and then they push it, and then there's like a little there's a little thing, I think, a little switch that has to get the engine kind of revving, and then it fires up, and then you basically want to keep it running because if you stall, then you basically have to get another push. That's kind of how it goes. But to be fair, I mean, it is pretty difficult. I feel like it is pretty difficult though for drivers to. I feel like they are in a bit of pain when it comes to this. But again, you can already tell by the lap traffic. I mean, oval racing, it's so intense right now, and in this dirt racing, I mean, look at the lap traffic that we're in. I mean, this is costing us time, and again, I mean, this costs you time. But again, we're gonna have to go for a 2-in-1 here. And again, you can see the outside line. A lot of more guys get a much more run on the outside line with the AI. But even when you do race other things, you can get some pretty good runs. But again, I will have to try online because I've never played online in this game, so I will have to try online. I can only imagine what online racing can do. It's probably pretty bad, to be fair, but I've never really done it, and I've never really raced all the cars in this game as well, so it probably would be a bit challenge for me. But again, already up to P12. Well, P12 and P11 got Zierfoss and Kinzer, and now we got Logan Schuhart, which drives the 1S in the Sprint Car Championship. Unless he changed his number, I can't really remember. But all these drivers, all these teams as well, they are basically individual teams. So they have their own team, and some dirt racing teams as well. I think a NASCAR driver, 2 NASCAR drivers own their own teams. I think the 9 and the 49. They're owned by a NASCAR driver, and I think the 15, which I don't know if y'all will see in this video. Maybe y'all did see in the drivers, but that's also run by the guy who also runs the SRX Championship, Tony Stewart. The XRX Championship it's basically just like a summer race, which again, I do have that game. So if y'all do want to see a video of the XRS, the Superstar Racing Experience, let me know and I will do another video on that. But for right now, we're going to continue on the dirt racing. 4 laps to go now. Getting through lap track very easily. The number 2 of David Gravel is actually kind of nowhere. To be fair, at the same time, hard difficulties really not that hard. But oh, there you go. See, I don't get it. That wing should be flying off right now. Both those wings, and that should be terminal damage. But I don't know. Maybe it's just whoever at Monster Games is being Monster Games. Now, to be fair, Monster Games did an amazing job in iRacing with this game, but Some of the crash physics, man, I don't know. But as you can already tell, approaching now the last lap now. The 17's actually got around the 2, so I don't really know what happened. Oh, now the race there once again. Again, a huge gap right there. So a little bit of a look at the lap traffic up there. Imagine we caught that, almost running on James McFadden, but P1 in the dirt race, and we're gonna win around Wii Sports Speedway, and that is your man, the F1 driver, virtually in video games, taking on dirt. I guess it's kind of a flex, but at the same time, to be fair, we were only on like hard difficulty, and hard difficulty is like 50 AI on F1 23. So yeah, that's what basically how it feels. But well, maybe next time I play this game, if y'all do want to see another video on this, I will run extreme difficulty, or not extreme. I think it's expert, and we'll see how we do on expert. But that's all I got in today's video, y'all. Just wanted to basically just show y'all around basically on dirt racing. Basically provide just something outside of F1. You know what I mean? But in the next video, if y'all want to see more, maybe we go to Las Vegas. Obviously the dirt track of Las Vegas. And we might even do Knoxville, which Knoxville is the sprint car capital. Basically, that is Monaco. That is basically what that track is, basically, of sprint car racing. So, if y'all want to see another video on this, depends on how this video goes. If this video goes well, I will do another video on this. But I'll have to get kind of like a little bit of like, maybe I'd put a community post, see if y'all want to see another video on this. Maybe. We'll see. But that's all I got today's video, y'all. Apologies for taking the long hiatus again. I said that in the previous video, but I want to say it again. So we will be coming back though to Alfa Romeo Road to Glory series. It's not over. It's coming back. That will be coming back shortly. It's just had to take a bit of a break. But thank y'all for watching the video. If y'all want to see more, please like, subscribe. I love you all. That's all the time I got left, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, everyone.